My name's Alex Iby. I'm a photographer based in Boston, Massachusetts, and I'm 24 years old. I got started in photography about a year and a half ago, and before that I was seeing so many photographers on Instagram that were absolutely amazing, and I didn't understand how they got the shots that they did, and so I decided to pick up a DSLR. I've just fully immersed myself in it, and I've been going hard with it ever since, and it's been absolutely amazing. It's addicting, and it's become my full passion. My main style of shooting is portraiture. I would say it's got to be my favorite because I love capturing the emotion in people's faces, and I love how everyone has a different story, everyone has a different way they're living their life, and if I could capture just a sliver of that in a picture and get someone to say, wow, you really captured something of me that I didn't expect, that's really what it's all about. So what I love about Instagram, Instagram is an amazing platform to connect with other creatives, and that's really all I use it for. Is I follow creatives and I like to engage with creatives because that's where I get a lot of my inspiration. Never before have you been able to see so many different styles of photography all in one spot instantly every day, and it's always changing, it's always growing, and it's so cool to see people's styles grow and develop. So it's very inspiring. I think Instagram is the best way to connect as far as social media goes. Being in Boston, the photography scene's not that big, but the people that are here are completely devoted in their art. And so by finding them, some of them through Instagram, we've been able to connect, and we've been able to really create this community of photographers that are always talking to each other every week to help each other grow and develop and bounce ideas off of. I think we're really on to something big here in Boston. It's not oversaturated at all, and we're all excited, we're all ready to take it to that next step. As far as my gear goes, right now I have the Canon T6i. It's a crop sensor camera. And then I also have, for his lens, a 24-70 2.8 aperture and the 50 1.8. As far as staying motivated for photography, it's not that hard for me to stay motivated because I'm so excited about it that every day I have new visions in my head about what I'd like to shoot, what I'd like to do next, where I'd like to go. What makes me even more excited is the light changes every day in every direction at every single moment. There's not one point in one place in the world where the sun's going to be the same. The thing with photography is if you fully immerse yourself and you go out and shoot every day, you learn so fast, and especially getting involved with the community. If you have people that you can ask that you look up to, that also helps you get started, get on your feet and get moving. But I see myself going full-time with this really soon. I get so excited about it every single day, so this is something I want to do for life. As far as where my photography path is going to lead me for the rest of my life, I have no idea, and I think that's what excites me because it's so much of a mystery. I have no limits, and that's what I love. I mean, to have the ability to do whatever I want, whenever I want, and choose whatever path I want with photography, I think that's what really gets me excited. If I could go back about 5 years ago and tell myself a little piece of advice about my photography or anything really, I would say just breathe out a lot more. Take that time to relax and observe and mellow out before you go out and do anything, because when you get a clear mind, you can really focus in on what you want and what you envision yourself doing. So it really locks in that focus when you take that time to hang out and just chill back for a second. So if I had to choose a favorite photo of mine that I've taken in my career so far, I would say it happened about a week and a half ago on my trip to Iceland. I was out and I saw the first glacier I've ever seen, and there was a father climbing up on top of a ridge of one of these glacier peaks, and he put his son up there, and his son was starting to slip, and he was a little bit scared at the top of the peak. So he decided to help him back down again, and he's reaching out for his son's hands. And I captured that moment of the father helping the son, and I thought it was perfect with the epicness of the glacier behind, and the mood of the picture is just so comforting and yet empowering because the glacier is so big and scary almost. What I tell people when they just start out in photography is, I tell them, this is something that can't be learned overnight. It's a lifelong journey of learning and expanding on it. It's an art, right? So although no one piece of work can be considered good or bad, I think there's definitely a lot to always be learning, and never get discouraged on where you are currently, but be excited about where you're going. And I think that's what really helps people see where they can be in a few years if they just set their mind to something.